On today's video, I'm taking a look at what I think is the most important ball that I will test all year. And the reason is, this ball from Volvic, the Vista 3 Pink Edition, is a special ball for October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now, you've seen a lot about my father on this show. In fact, I flew out to meet him in Utah, surprised him on Father's Day, gave him a set of clubs. You've seen him appear on the show a few times. You've never seen my mother. The reason you've never seen my mother is because when I was a kid, at 8 years old, my mother contracted breast cancer. It was an earth-shattering change to my life and, of course, her life. She lost her breasts with a double mastectomy. That cancer later came back and took her life when I was 13 years old. So this cause is so important to me. Volvic is giving $1 to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation for every dozen they sell. They're doing that across the board, but they're doing something really special for the Let's Play Through community and for this show. They are giving $2 of every dozen to the Breast Cancer Research Fund. So if you need golf balls and you really care about helping a great cause, the Vista 3s could be the balls for you. But of course, I've got to put them through the paces here today. So we're going to play 9 holes of golf. I'm going to walk you through what I'm seeing, feeling, experiencing out on course. My goal, as always, is to go low, and today I'm going to try to set a goal of even par. Let's get to work. All right, here is the box, obviously in that BCRF pink. These are Vista 3s. If we want to look at the construction of these balls, it's a 3-piece ball, 322 dimples. This ball is meant for the mere mortals out there. Clubhead speed of 70 to 100 is what Volvic states. They say the feel is mid-soft, the ball flight is straight, the trajectory is high, the driver spin is low, and the wedge spin is great. Opening these up, as you can see, there's a giant triple stripe that runs through the entire equator of this ball, very similar to the Axia line. We saw the Axia Hollows before have a very similar look to these. I really like this because not only can I align my putts with these balls, but I can actually use this for all the clubs I hit out on course, especially my drives, which can be really important. Really bright contrasting pink there, a gloss white finish throughout, and it features an ionomer cover, which should be very durable out on course. But a really nice looking package, and of course $2 of every dozen going to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Now on top of that, for the Let's Play Through audience, they already give us a discount, so you can save 15% on 2 dozen or 20% on 3 dozen balls. So not only are you going to save money, but you're going to help a great cause doing so. Now this ball has a compression rating of 90, which is going to be firm but not crazy firm, and it's not going to be super soft either. It could be a perfect middle ground. We're going to find out on course. All right, par 5 here. Hopefully we start out strong. This is a birdie hole on this course. Now, with this big pink alignment line, I'm actually going to use that to align where I want to put my club head. A little extra bonus that we get here from the Vista. Slight dog leg left. I'd like to hit a nice draw here. That is on a perfect line. Now, certainly this ball is a little firmer feeling than the ball that I play, the Condor, but some people like a little firmer feeling ball because, you know, with a firmer feeling ball, you're first of all going to get better durability from this type of ionomer cover. And on top of that, you're going to really prioritize distance. So if distance is what you're after, a firmer ball is generally going to be the ticket as well. Like I said, beautiful line that was on. We should be in good shape here for our second shot. Maybe challenge the green in 2, but more likely than not, we'll just get close to the green so we can really attack on our 3rd shot in. It can't be any more middle of the fairway than this one. And we're right at 250. We know what we've got. So like I said, 250, man, on my best day, it might be doable, but I think the smart play is probably to take a 4 or 5 iron here and put us into wedge range. Oh, that's perfect. That is probably going to be under 50 yards to the pin from there. The feel off the irons, really nice actually. Preferred that to the driver. Trajectory on both those shots, I would call mid-trajectory. So not a super high ball flight, not one of those penetrating low ball flights, really right in between. Let's see how it feels greenside. Man, we strung 2 back-to-back. Let's see if we can string a 3rd. 58 yards. So I was wrong. It was a little over 50 yards. For me, that's going to be a 58-degree wedge. And we're going to be able to test spin and stopping power here to some degree at least. Right at it. And for the type of shot I hit, which was I caught a little more of the ball than I'd like. It did pretty well in terms of stopping power, but we'll continue to test that here as the round goes on. We've got ourselves a very makeable birdie putt here. So one thing I really love about this Vista ball is the alignment. You've got those 3 lines running through the entire equator of this ball. That pink is beautiful contrast here against the green, and it makes lining this one up a breeze. I think this putt is probably right edge, maybe just outside the right edge. Let's see if we can roll in our first putt here of the day. One time. Oh! Oh, it broke just a little more than I thought. I hit a perfect putt. We are on to the second hole after that tap in par. All right, hole 2 here is another dogleg left, shorter hole. We got a bunker on the right, which I want to avoid, which is why I'm taking out the mini driver here. And again, I'm going to use that alignment though to really think about my club path and how I want to attack this shot. See if we can cut a little of the corner off here, would be nice. Oh, perfect line. Really nice peak height there. I think we got over this little hill. That's going to be a pretty good ways. This club, I generally hit about 250. So let's find out here in the early morning what we got out of it. So 254 is what I just hit this drive, meaning I'm getting really excellent distance out of this ball. But more so than that, on the back of that box, we read straight ball flight. And so far, it has been very straight. All 4 shots I've taken so far have been right on line. I've got 99 yards. It's going to be a 54-degree wedge for me. I'd like to put another one right on line as well. With more of a full shot here, we'll have a better idea of stopping power as well. Well struck. Again, right on line. That one hit and looked to back up just a little bit from my perspective at least, but we're going to check that pitch mark. All right, here's our pitch mark right here. It did take one little hop forward and kind of sideways and rolled out right here. So good stopping power. Generally with a distance ball, you're not going to get a lot of checkup, but I wouldn't say it's extreme checkup, but it's plenty. It's all I need here today in these conditions. Also, I'll note, it's got a nice softer feel with the irons. So there's something to that bi-core they're talking about where you get a little firmer feel off the driver and you're getting great distance, but you're also getting a little softer feel around the greens and on those shorter iron shots. I've got like 18 feet uphill moving right to left here for my birdie. And that one I didn't play quite enough break. But keep giving myself these kind of chances, we're gonna convert. Now we're heading to the roughest stretch of this course really for the next 3 holes. Holes 3, 4, and 5, all very narrow. Requires very precise shots and also some longer shots. That's where this ball really seems to do well, so I'm feeling pretty confident heading into this part of the course. Well, with the distance I got with mini driver there on the second hole, I think that's the club here, which again, I need distance, but I also, more so than that, need precision. Water all the way down the right-hand side of this hole and cypress trees lining the left side of this hole. Oh, baby. It doesn't get any better than that on this hole. That is long. It might be actually too long. Exact target line I was aiming for. I don't think I've played with a ball so precise. So just really an incredibly straight ball flight for me. If you've watched me for any amount of time, you know that my draw is generally not quite as tight as we're seeing right now. I did catch the fairway again. We're 3 for 3 fairways in regulation. 128 is the number, which should be a really nice, comfortable pitching wedge for me. Only need to put like a 95% swing on this one. Pins in front, so I don't mind being a little bit long. We just got to guard against that bunker on the right. Oh, I don't think I could strike it any better than that. Looks like it's coming right down the smokestack. Oh, but it's just a little short. Oh, took a little too much off that one, but again, iron feel with these balls surprisingly good. With a ball that's more focused on distance, generally, I don't prefer the feel of them, but this one is a different animal altogether, I gotta say. All right, so our first chip attempt here. Chipping generally a really strong point in my game. This is where I really need a ball to react like I hope it will react if a ball like this is gonna stay in my bag. Oh, and I'd say it did that. Almost hold it. You are going to get a little more rollout again with this one over the Condor line, I think. Those balls with their urethane cover are going to be able to generate just a little bit more spin and checkup on the greens, but overall, not too shabby at all. I don't mind this for par. I can't say dead center, but almost dead center. All right, we're heading to hole 4. We're playing that solid missionary position golf. But like I said, if I can keep putting myself in position, I feel a birdie's coming. It's going to be coming. Well, I think we stick with this club because right now it's really working well. And this is another tight hole. I've got to get past a palm tree over here on the left is like must, but left of that palm tree is a lot of crap I do not want to be in. But if I'm right on this hole, we could run out of space because it's very narrow up there. Either way, maybe the most challenging driving hole on this side, I would say. Yep, I yanked it. Oh, that was such a bad swing. Get lucky. Oh boy, we're in trouble. That was all the guy swinging right there. I had a lot going through my mind and almost talked myself into a bad shot there. They are easy to spot for sure. Unfortunately, I spotted it on the other side of the out of bounds. So with our new rules here from the USGA, I'm going to take it out to the fairway, but unfortunately I'm hitting 4. All right, so we're going to need birdie for a bogey, basically. And I wish I could say I got an easy shot, but I don't. We got a lot of waist area, hazard to carry, and I've got 175 from this position. Not where I'd like to be hitting 4 from normally, for sure. But I think that's going to be, with the wind slightly into us, I'm kind of in between clubs too, but I think probably 6 iron is the best choice. Rather be long than short. Don't want to be in that hazard for sure. Good strike, drawn in nice. See if we got the distance right. Seemed pretty good. We might be past the pin, but again, that is fine. Rather be there. And at least we got a chance at saving a bogey after just an atrocious shot there. It only takes one really bad shot to ruin a hole. And we're seeing it here firsthand. So here we go. Very good result. That ball landed right here, looks like. If that's my pitch mark and not someone else's. And with a 6 iron, you're gonna get more roll out for sure. Total on that shot looks like 177, which into the wind, very, very good, I think. We got a chance to save that bogey. A really good one at that. Oh, man. Just, again, underplayed the break there. So, unfortunately, double bogey, but a lot of golf to play. All right, so 170 is the number here for the par 3. Now this pin is in really the hardest spot on this green. Not only where it is on this green topographically on kind of a ledge on the top right, but especially for me, playing a draw, it's gonna be really hard for me to get at this one. I'm gonna take 7 iron though. That line is just so nice though for me. Because oftentimes, I know a lot of comment on the videos, I often align myself too far right playing that draw. So this is really helpful to have this. Great shot. It is drawn, but just slightly drawn. Looks to be about, oh, it's actually over. Wow. So carry-wise, we got a ton of distance on it, that one. 167 is my stock carry. And with that pin at 170, and I landed back here in the rough, I carried that at least 176, maybe 177. It landed right in here. So, man, if you're looking for a distance ball, and you still want that feel, it's nice and soft coming off the irons. This one's got all the pop you can handle, I think. This is a difficult shot above the hole because I don't have a ton of green to work with and everything's moving downhill and away from me. So ideally, I think with the way these balls roll out, with the amount of roll out they have, I want to land right here, just at the edge of the fringe is ideal. See if I can hit that spot. Oh, I carried it just past it. Stay, stay. Stay. Oh, and that 2 inches is probably the difference for me having a tap in and me having a 6-footer coming back here for par. All right, well, surrender bogey there. But we're starting to move into a stretch of the course I think gives me a few more opportunities to score. Well, it's been since the first hole that I've taken out the big stick, but it's definitely time because I want to have a real low iron, maybe even a wedge in my hand if I can hit a good one here. Oh yeah. Very impressed with the peak height we're getting out of this ball. I just hit this one 276. I hit it so far, in fact, it's past the fairway. So I'm actually, 7 inches into the rough here, but no big deal. We have a great angle at this left pin at 121. With how long these clubs are, I'm gonna take my 50-degree wedge, but I've got to catch all of this because this is a max 120 club generally. I just think we're gonna take a little spin off in the rough. Even if I can hit this like 117, 118, it should kick forward and get us real close to that pin. Oh! Just started it out to the right. The distance was perfect. In fact, maybe even hit it further than 121, but I just didn't quite get the direction of that shot correct. Either way, we got a birdie putt. We've missed the easy ones. Maybe we'll make one of the hard ones. Well, in order to give it a chance, I've got to get it to the hole. And I didn't quite do that, but not too bad really for distance control. And you know I never mind that. So we got 3 holes to play. Like I said, 3 chances, I think probably some of our better chances to get some of those strokes back. All in all, we take a couple shots away. I'm really satisfied with my golf game right now. And we're really, really on the edge of hitting that even par number that I wanted. If we can birdie out, we can do it. All right, hole 7 is a straightaway par 4. Let's see if we can keep the nice straight drives going here. Kind of took that one a little inside and it's heading a little left, but I'd rather be a little left than right, especially with a pin cut on the right. So we actually should have a good angle, but we're gonna get another test here onto the rough. All right, well, we actually found the sand here. Like I said though, good angle and the lie is fine. We have 129. Again, I think it's a real comfortable pitching wedge shot for me. Just gotta make good contact. I didn't make good contact. I hit half the ball. All right, 90 yards. I'm gonna go 58-degree wedge. Again, out of the rough here. That's right at it. And that looks pretty tight. Pretty tight. So like I said earlier, it takes one bad shot to ruin a hole. We did that part. And now we took one good shot to hopefully save the hole. All right, so great result. 6 feet, well, yeah, 6.5, maybe 7. Certainly no more than that. Uphill, probably inside left is what I'm looking at. I haven't read them right all day. All right, so unfortunately surrender another bogey there, which hurts. But we got 2 more holes to enjoy these balls and 1 more crack at a hole-in-one coming. All right, 148 is the number here on this par 3. It's been a long time since they put the pin in that spot. The last time they did, I had a birdie. I could use one right now. 9 irons the club. You know, it's not gonna be an ace, but we're safely on the surface. All right, pin high. It won't be an easy birdie, but I'm gonna give it a run. It's going uphill. That pin's as far into that corner of this green as it possibly can be. I don't want to leave a birdie putt short. Too much, too much. Also didn't break the way I thought it was gonna break. So just another really atrocious read. I don't know if I read one green right today. So while the score doesn't reflect it, I have really actually enjoyed these balls quite a bit. Probably even more than I expected to, because again, I'm used to more of a softer feeling urethane cover, but for a more budget Ionomerc ball, man, I don't think you can do a whole lot better for the price. And I think that might be my best drive of the day. Might have a birdie in me somewhere. All right, perfect position here for our layup into this island green. We'll attack with a wedge here after this 7-iron. Kick left, come on. All right, well, I actually hit the cart path pretty good, but it makes the shot even shorter, but maybe a little bit more awkward. All right, 67's the number. 58 wedge is the club. And push it off to the right there. Wasn't the round I wanted, but it's the round I got, and I am still very impressed with this ball. Held up excellent. Distance-wise, fantastic. Feel around the greens, I would say very good, at the top of class for an ionomer cover ball. And if I could have putt today, I could have scored well. If we could take a couple shots away, but that's golf for you. That's how golf is. Either way, I had a ton of fun. As I mentioned, $2 from every dozen of these balls going to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. So if you want to do some good in the world as you have a little fun playing golf and really have a high quality ball that I think is every bit worth the price, highly recommend you check out the Vista 3 Pink Edition here. Once again, didn't give it quite enough break. All right, well, I had a ton of fun. Hope you did too. Hit subscribe. Check out that link down below in the description to not only save 15% or up to 20% if you buy 3 dozen Volvics, but also for every dozen we sell, $2 is going to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, an incredible cause. I'll catch you next time on another edition of Let's Play Through.